Well, hello and welcome to the ESA Cup. We're not observing a game today, but we are drawing groups. I'm here joined on my that side by both
It's
Max.
flipped. It's flipped
Yep.
indeed. Yes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to ESA Cup. We're very happy to be back, of course, after a break of about 1.5 months, I would say, since we did the season six finals, with, of course, Minions getting out on top. I'm saying that correctly? Yes, I'm saying that correctly. So of course, there's been some time. We have been sitting. We have a little break, but we also have been preparing this new season for you, which is going to be starting on Monday. So we're very excited to start on Monday with the seventh season of ESA Cup, which is just going to be at least as big as the previous season. But of course, before we can start with this, we're just going to do a little draw on to see like which team is going to end up in which group. Because of
Yep.
course, yeah, that makes a huge difference, right, ONX?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have separated teams into six pots of
Yeah,
four teams, and then based on each pod, we randomly we use a program. Actually, we'll go right here. There. That's the program we're going to use, and we decide which teams go into which group using that. It's completely random,
yeah,
except which teams are in each pod. But yeah, that's
yeah. We
I
also have a,
think as fair as we can make it.
Yeah, we also have a visual on the bots, right? That we can actually quickly show off. So we actually have a nice view of those. Those are
Um,
the groups, just the bots, like the visual that Rednex made.
I don't have that ready.
Oh, we don't have that ready. Okay, that's fine. Like we have just created some bots. That's fine. We just like talk about it. Let me just quickly bring
Yeah,
it up so
you.
I can actually
I
have it
think you
from.
can. I think you can see it on Twitter for those watching.
Yeah, I also have it
Yeah, we definitely
here.
posted.
Yeah, I'm also
Yep.
looking at Wikipedia where I can see the teams in general. Because of course,
Yep.
like let's just quickly, briefly talk about these teams. Because of
Yes.
course, a lot of things have been happening in the past months since ESA season six concluded. When you have seen
Yep.
teams like completely fall apart, like they're not existing anymore. Take an example of, for example, Kanji, who did fairly well within the previous season, but also quite a lot of new teams forming and teams like merging together. There was like P100, which was I think third or fourth spot, I believe fourth spot in the previous season, and they have merged together with. Let me just quickly see. I believe it was team. Yeah, they have merged with team like X Team Misclick with a few members, and they've now formed like a new team called Windows Key. So there's quite a lot of new things happening, and I guess this makes it a bit difficult for a lot of people to like estimate, like, hey, how strong the team really is. But if we just look at like some previous players, I can see some really strong teams. For example, like LDL, like a team I don't think we have seen in action in any competition so far. But just quickly looking at LDL because they did. We have LDL, right? Why don't I see them
Mm,
on Liquipedia? I'm not very sure why, but LDL like it's like some of the ex Minions members, and they have like created like a new lineup.
yep.
We have MDF coming back, but some ex Minions members. Windows Key, like I said, Team Misclick, P100 combination. AGM is kind of like Cook and AGM combined. There's just loads of new teams, like also Eagle Empire, a team that we have seen kind of like struggling a lot in the past seasons of ESA Cup. Of course, that was mostly the Benelux kind of roster, but now they have more like a European-based roster, with still a few of those ex-Benelux players. But mostly it's a very new roster, and I think yeah, those teams can really bring us with a good surprise this season.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm also seeing quite a bit of some new faces coming into
Yes.
this tournament. Wii Sports, I know them. They are quite. They play
Mm,
a lot of tournaments in
yeah.
in the PC space,
Hmm.
and now it's exciting to see them on the console space as well. Mafia Squad, I don't think it's. I think it's a new team with some new players, new faces coming in. I mean, I don't even know. ROA as well. I think it's new. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not new. As there
Raccoons.
there are some familiar faces in there like Shmizu,
Yeah.
Zoro.
Yeah, especially if you have
Yeah,
been looking at the other console leagues that have been going on, like there's like Amnesty, there's RSX, there's RBS, there's eFuture, there's quite a bit of leagues going on right now, and I'm sorry if I'm missing anyone, but there's been quite a lot of them going on, and some of those teams we have already been seeing there, and all of those teams seem to be kind of promising. Like there are definitely some of the better teams within the console scene, which makes me very excited for this upcoming season. And like you said, like we have made some bots to somewhat influence the seeding, like to just not make sure that you have one group with like the top 4 or 5 best teams in there.
Yeah, the group of death.
Yeah, the group of death, but that's something we like want to uh, prevent, of course, because only the top 4 of each team of each group will in the end go to the second stage, which is going to be Swiss stage. Because also for the people who haven't noticed yet, the format basically is going to be exactly the same as the previous season, which was a very interesting format in my opinion. Like especially like I saw you commenting on Twitter before, like talking about the second stage, the Swiss stage, by far in my
Yeah,
opinion the most interesting of the
yeah,
three. But that's like just a beautiful stage where it really filters out the people, really match makes the people, the best teams with the lesser teams, and really reduces, I think, the amount of teams by half, if I'm correctly. Yeah, I think we went from 16 to 8 there, so that's going to be very
yeah.
interesting. But I think we have chatted enough. Of course, the real thing this stream is about is for the first stage of ESA Cup, the group stage. And yeah, like Onyx already explained for a bit, we have these 6 pools, means that we're going to do 6 draws. Each draw is going to have 4 teams, as you can already see, like pre-placed right now on the screen.
Yep.
And we'll just do this, then we'll update the group so you can actually see which team is in which group. And this way, yeah, after 6 draws, we'll see exactly which team is going to be in which group.
Yeah, I mean, without further ado, let's do
Yeah,
the
let's go to the first one.
VOD. Yep. Let's see this one. Who's gonna end up in which group? I mean, we're not gonna have any benchmarks to compare against, but here they are. EGM going to Group A, Windows Key, Group B, MDFC, and then LDL finally in Group D.
Yeah, so of course this first draw is going to be not really telling us anything beside that we know in which group they're going to be. But of course, once we start doing more and more draws, we will actually see which team is going to be in which group against which teams, and that's really going to draw like a bit of a like of an idea how this competition might go. So just a little bit of time, we will see like the visual updating for the groups, where you can actually see like, hey, these teams just made it to this group, and there you go.
Here.
We can see it's like a quick work of our producer Oronex, who's also working on the stream here with me. But this is this is basically how we're going to visualize it with each draw. So yeah, with the second draw, we're going to have Team EOS, which basically like the Expenta, Tracker Clan, E-Wave, and Pulse Nation. Basically, all teams we are pretty familiar with, I would say. So let's just see where we're going.
Yeah, definitely. Let me get the start button here. Yep, there we go. And now, oh,
I think
mind,
it's
that's
not
the
happening.
wrong one.
Yeah,
There's
just
the wrong one.
transition. We can see it already.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Now on the right one, and there it is. Pulse Nation, Group A, E-Wave B, Track Clan Group C, and EOS in Group D.
Okay, so let's take a quick look what that means. Of course, like and the visual is being prepared here live on the go by Onex.
Yep.
So it takes a bit of small time, but where we already can see so far, like AGM was the team that was going to be in Group A. This will then be accompanied by Pulse Nation, where in Group B we had Windows Key, which will then be accompanied by E-Wave. On Group C we had MDF already, which is going to be accompanied by Tracker Clan. And then on Group D, LDL, which is going to be accompanied by EOS.
Yep.
I still need to ask Tuki, what's up with the orange juice, the orange soft? What has it to do with him? Like, why is it his logo? I'm actually so curious because, of course, this is the team of Stucky. Like, he's basically like the org leader, or however you want to call it. There's a few teams under that brand, but actually, yeah, I keep forgetting to ask what's up with the orange juice.
Yeah, I mean, if he's in chat, he can interact with us as you may not know, or this stream we're not streaming with delay because there's no teams to take advantage of the stream sniping. So yeah, we're taking advantage of that. So if you want, you can interact in the chat.
Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
we'll read it if we
We'll try.
can. Yeah, we'll try our best. Yeah, I'll probably not because I'm concentrating on doing the behind the scenes stuff. So
yeah,
I'll leave that job to Max here.
So yeah, now we're going to do the third draw, which is going to be Eagle Empire. We have Yacht, we have Molotov Gang, and we have Empire Gaming. So all, again, very familiar names that we know all too well. Nothing too new here. And if we just quickly look at the result here, we can see that Yacht is going to be going to Group A, joining AGM and Pulse, where then Empire Gaming will be going to the Group B, which is with where Windows Key and E-Wave were previously placed. Then we're going to have Molotov Gang, which is going to Group C, where we already placed MDF and Tracker Clan. And then the final team was Eagle Empire, which is going to be grouped in Group D with LDL and EOS. Basically, we're halfway out next. We know half of the teams in which group they're going to be. Yeah, we're halfway. This is quick math: 12 teams out of the 24. So 12
Yep.
more teams to go, and then we know the groups for ESA Cup that we will be playing with starting from next Monday already.
Yeah, pretty exciting, isn't it? I mean, teams. I know some of the teams are watching right now, seeing who they're up against, and they're going to be starting to prepare to play these teams. They'll have the whole
Mm-hmm.
weekend, or Friday and the weekend as well, to
Mm.
get to know them, get some VOD reviews in, and start preparing. Of course, group stage may not be as important for some teams to advance because I mean, some of these teams like MDF, what else? LDL, like the top
Mm-hmm.
teams, we are expecting to advance from the group stage into the Swiss ones.
Yeah.
But for those lower seeding ones, maybe that are looking for an upset, are looking for to maybe shake the order up a bit, they're gonna be, I think, preparing for this one quite a lot here on the weekend. So hopefully we'll see some pretty good matches coming up. I think starting Monday, if I'm not mistaken.
Monday, yes, Monday we're
Yep,
starting. Yeah, we'll talk about the schedule a little bit after we
yep,
have done the seating, but yeah, that's something that we will be starting with on Monday. So yeah, let's just quickly head into the fourth pool then, which is Wii Sports. We see Flawless 7, F7, also known as Mafia Squad, and Minions. Again, some familiar names, some lesser familiar names, especially the F7 and the Mafia Squad are teams I'm not familiar with as in their name, but if you actually look at the players, you will actually recognize some of those members. But here we can see Minions is going to the Group A, where they will be joining Yacht, Pulse, and AGM, where we're going to have Mafia Squad going to Group D, will be with LDL, EOS, Eagle Empire. And then on Group C, we're going to have Wheat Sports with MDF, Tracker Clan, and MVG. And then on Group B, we're going to have Windows Key, E-Wave, and Empire, with now joined by Flawless 7. 8 more teams to
yep,
go.
yep. Minions going into Group A, the last season's winners. So people in Group A are gonna be sweating a little bit here, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
Go,
Minions is certainly a team to look out for. Like, if we do look at their roster, we could see that actually quite a lot of Minions members have left their roster. They have moved to different teams. Most of them, luckily. So the Minions is going to be a very, very different team. I believe there's just 2 players remaining from the original squad, which still looks promising to me. I mean, they're still 2 very valuable and experienced players who can certainly learn and transfer their skills to their new members. But at the same time, we might not see the performance that we are expecting from Minions, that we're used to with Minions at the very beginning of this competition. But I'm hoping that they can actually still develop their skills and develop their team skills throughout the group stage, make it out, and also successfully play through the Swiss stage. So yeah, with 8 teams remaining, we can now jump over to the fourth. No, I'm
yep.
saying the fifth raffle, which is going to be Crown Zero, Entropy Gaming, Aspire by EOS. So that's one of those other EOS teams, and then there's the Raccoons of Anarchy. That's where the ROA stands for. So here we can see it is going to be Raccoons is going to Group A, Aspire to Group B. Oh, thank God, it's not going to be the 2 EOS teams in the same group. That would be very interesting.
I
And
mean, we
Crown
saw it
Zero.
before with the MVG squad when they had two rosters, I think English speaking and German speaking in some
Sorry, which one?
MVG. I think they had
Yes,
the English and the German like
yes.
squads before.
There
Yeah.
even have been competitions where, like in the final stage, like the playoffs, they have been even match made together at some points. So it's
Yeah.
always very interesting to see things like those happening. But for
Maybe.
now, for the group stage, that won't happen yet. But there's still a chance that we might see them together
Yeah.
in
Maybe
the in
if
the
they
in the,
both
in
make it
the
out of groups.
yeah, in the Swiss stage. That will be very interesting to see. Okay, well, there's just 4 teams remaining now. This is going to be the final raffle. Which teams again are going to be in this one? Is going to be the Before Effect, which I'm not 100% sure where they're going to be remaining in the competition. I did hear some rumors about them backing out, but if that happens, of course, they are going to be replaced. But then we're still left with Evo 5, Underrated, and Zach Gaming.
Yep. Some new faces in this one. So
Yeah, surely.
let's see how it going. There it is.
So,
Before Fight going to group A, Evo 5 Group B, Underrated C, and Zack Gaming finally slowing themselves into Group D.
Yeah, so now we finally have an idea of which teams are going to be in a group, in which group. Onex is quickly preparing the visual, so we can all
Yep,
see it on one clear, visual. Wow, which team is going to be in which in which of the groups, and then we can actually finally start looking forward to this competition. Here we go. Here we can actually
yeah,
see it. So once again, we're going to repeat the teams one more time. On Group A, we have AGM versus Pools versus Yacht versus Minions versus Raccoons of Anarchy versus B. Help me out with that
before
one.
effect.
Before Effects, the
Yeah,
team that might be replaced. Where on Group B we have Windows Ski, E-Wave, Empire, Flawless 7, Aspire by EOS, and Evo 5. And on Group C we have MDF, Tracker Clan, MVG. It's just MVG these days. There's no UK or Germany
anymore.
differentiation anymore. It's just
Yep.
MVG these days versus Wii Sports, Crown Zero, and the last one you also need to help me with
Underrated.
underrated as well, an underrated
Yep.
name that I didn't know yet. Okay, LDL, EOS, Eagle Empire, Mafia Squad. Am I saying correctly?
I think it's Mafia something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's it,
100%.
it is all these new teams. Yeah, Mafia Squad is the one, a French team apparently, with Entropy Gaming, which is again that's also one that we didn't talking about yet. Entropy Gaming, of course, a team that we know very well, 2 times champion of ESA Cup, but a very different roster. I believe it's a 100% new roster. Even it's an old squad from what was it again? From it was written here in my notes. It is the ex roster of SFD Gaming that we did new back in season 5, I think, of ESA Cup. So yeah, very excited to see them back in the competition. And then that very last team that is that's Zach Gaming, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Zach Gaming.
And last season, I think we did see Entropy drop out. I
Yeah,
think after group
yeah,
stage. Yeah. So
yeah. They did very well in their group stage. Just like Pyra was also one of those teams, but both of those disbanded just within the transition and were replaced in the end by Eagle Empire and Tracker in the end. Talking about Tracker, actually a team that I'm very excited to see because like last season in the group stage, they didn't do too well. Originally, even didn't make it out of those group stages, but did do a very good job during the groups of during the Swiss stage. And in the Swiss stage, let me just quickly take a look. How did they do again? They didn't make it out of Swiss, right? No, actually they did. They did make it out of Swiss in the
yeah.
end, and made it all the way to the quarterfinals where they were then eliminated by MDF with a 2-0 score. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, these are the groups. Yeah, of course, this will start a lot of talks like, hey, what is this going to mean for this competition? What is it going to mean for these teams? Is there anything you can draw out of this all next? Any conclusion? Like teams that really need to look out for each other, or any group that's maybe like a little bit more difficult than the other?
I'm really not sure. I mean, they all look kind of like
Balanced.
equal to me. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, balanced. There's not one group that just stands out as a group of death with a bunch of stacked teams. So I'm excited to see how it goes. Of course, I mean, it all can change because of course we don't know some of these teams, completely new players, or some new rosters as well. How they're gonna play with each other, how they
Hmm.
will interact with each other. Maybe some will do better than others. So I'm excited to see how it goes, and we'll just need to wait and see until the first couple of games happen next week.
Yeah, indeed, because that's one of the things we can talk about is the scheduling. It's going to be very similar to what you have seen in the previous season of ESA Cup. We're going to have games on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. The only small difference to the previous season is that in the previous season we always had the Group A matches on Monday, the Group B matches on Wednesday, Group C on Friday, and D on Sunday. We're now going to have this roulette a little bit, so it's a bit more fair, because of course there's always a chance that a certain date doesn't suit a team, and then you can have a very bad luck that you are connected to a certain day, so that's going to change a bit with each week. But yeah, basically this means that we will be starting next week on Monday. The matches haven't been created yet, but I might be able to see. I mean, this Group A. So the matches you will see on Group A, I'm not exactly sure which team versus which team is going to be directly, but we will see on Monday, we'll see AGM versus Before Effects, Minions and Pulse Nation, and Raccoons of Energy, and Yacht Esports. Those three of six, sorry, this Those 6 teams, yes, 6 teams are going to be the ones you will be seeing play on Monday. When then Group B will be on Wednesday, Group C will be on Friday, and Group D will be on Sunday. And then, like I said, this will change every week from that moment on. But yeah, at least we have something to look out for. Monday we will be here. We will be here with the stream to start off with Group A. And just to give you all the needed information for our viewers, we'll be going live on the same time as usual. I believe 19:15 is going to be the time-ish that will start the stream, and then 19:20 CST times, by the way. We'll start with our stream with a little bit of introduction, talking about things, talking about the teams, talking about map bans and stuff. Well, then the match will be starting at 7:30 p.m. CEST, and then the matches will be played back to back.
Yeah, pretty exciting. I mean, also, I really want to see teams
Mhm.
have a more um stable roster because last season there
Yeah,
were quite a bit of teams that rosters just changing nearly every match, and they
yeah.
didn't have a lot of like the synergy that comes with playing with the same core five for a long time. So I
Hmm.
really want to see that happen this season, and hopefully with the new scheduling, that may allow some people to be able to play a bit more as that core five stack. But
Yeah,
we'll
surely
just have
that's
to
what.
wait to see. Yeah.
Yeah, having stable rosters surely is a great thing because of course it will improve the team play will loads more and will also like sometimes even rosters have like eight players. I have seen competitions with roster up to 10, and just not having too many people in your roster just allows other people to find a new team or even create new teams, which generally would just be healthier for the whole console scene in general. But yeah, for now I guess we have treated all. If there's still any questions, I don't think I have seen any big comments in the chat so far. But yeah, for now, I guess that's it. We know the groups. We know what we're going to be seeing the next week. Next week, we're starting with ESA Cup. And yeah, like I said, it's just going to be just as good as the previous season, potentially even better. We're always working and put our maximum effort to make ESA Cup continuously grow and continuously better. And yeah, I'm very excited to be there back on Monday.
Yeah, I'm also very excited. I mean, I might have not have a lot of time to like produce stuff and observe
Hmm.
stuff, but I'll definitely be following what is happening in ESA, and I'll just try to see as much as possible because personally I am very excited for the new season. I mean, also you might have seen some new visuals that we've been cooking up, so hopefully you're enjoying that. Some new transitions, the new video, of course, and the new music. So
Yeah.
I mean, small changes, of course, not the big ones that we saw like with the studio that was introduced. I think in what, last season, I think.
Season 5 actually.
Oh
So
yeah,
the beginning of this year that was. Yeah. Yeah, so
yeah,
loads of improvements. We're also still working on other things on the background. Of
yeah,
course, OPL League is also going to bring lots of new things that are going to be very
yeah,
exciting. But
yeah.
for now that's it. I want to thank everyone for watching. We didn't expect having 40 or 50 viewers during the drawing of these group stages, which is like absolutely huge. I'm very happy to see that so many people are actually showing interest in this kind of streams. And potentially this is also a moment that we can actually think like, hey, maybe we can actually do more additional content on this channel besides just doing the competitive matches. So maybe that's something to look into. But for now, we want to thank everyone for watching tonight. Also, Olex, thank you for stepping in and for being here tonight. And we'll see you all on Monday when ESA Cup Season 7 finally kicks off. Good
Yep.
night, everyone.
Good night.